Yo, how is it going, everyone? My name is Lionheart's Epic Destiny 2 Gamer, back at it again with another video. Today, we are going to be talking about the STAG, and more importantly, how to counter the STAG in the current Crucible sandbox. We are just coming off of week 2 of Trials 2.0, fresh out the oven edition, and we are coming off of the map Distant Shore. Admittedly, one of my favorite maps in the game, despite it having many flaws. Flaws that were exposed in 8K Ultra HD this weekend when people realized that the combination of Stag Warlocks, Pulse Rifles, Vex, and even some Scout Rifles made the map intolerably campy and very annoying to play with. So how do you deal with this problem? Well, let's start first and talk about the Stag itself a little bit. The Stag, of course, was buffed coming into this new season and now provides a 15% damage resistance while in wells in PvP. And to go along with that, we of course have the huge buffs to Bottom Tree Stormcaller, making Arc Souls a viable playstyle, meaning there is a nice new synergistic combo going on here. You have the Arc Souls, which provide an auto aim gun buddy that can help reduce your time to kill in some cases and also provide free damage. And you have healing rifts with the Stag, making people standing inside of it basically unkillable, creating some hellish scenarios where you can't even push some of these teams, because unless you have good snipers, you maybe have like shatter dives or supers or other abilities to just one-shot the warlocks out of these rifts, then you're not going to get through in the primary duels. Your primaries aren't going to be able to outmatch what the enemy is doing because of their inherent damage resistance coupled with the recovery. Now, this was found out early on. We saw this on Burnout quite a bit too. So what did people do then? Well, the immediate reaction was, okay, most people are using Arc Souls, right? So Risk Runner. Risk Runner is the most obvious counter for Arc Soul Stag Warlocks because they are going to, regardless of whether the player wants to or not, charge the Risk Runner and make the enemy that you're trying to take out very strong. So that's a great natural counter. But what do you do about Stag Warlocks on other classes? Stag Warlock on Well, Stag Warlock abusing damage resistance on Stasis, getting disgustingly tanky. What do you do in that case? And it was during my last set of cards on Monday, this week on Distant Shore, that it hit me. It struck me like a bolt of lightning. There is a primary weapon in the game designed exactly to deal with a situation like this. And it's one you probably haven't used in forever, maybe even ever, depending on how long you've been playing, and it's Outbreak Perfected. Now wait, I know you guys are going to click out the video, you're going to unsubscribe, you're going to downvote the video, because lightweight pulses are terrible, and they're always low on the tier lists, and you shouldn't use them, and they're bad, and I get that. But Outbreak has a few dirty little secrets that make it uniquely suited to shutting down Stag abuse in the Crucible. Firstly, it's a goddamn laser beam. It has like no recoil, it's so easy to use, it's so sticky, so forgiving. It's probably the most forgiving pulse rifle in the game that isn't Vigilance Wing. It has Vigilance Wing like recoil, that's how stable it is. But the real moneymaker is the Siva Nanite damage bonus. As soon as you start getting crits off on Stag Warlocks, you are negating their damage resistance and even gaining bonus damage against them. So you are in effect making their damage resistance null and void. You are eliminating it from the field while you duel with that Warlock player. And then it gets even better. So not only are you actually still maintaining a relatively close to stock time to kill because of the way the Nanite damage bonus works, you're also stacking those nanites onto that first target's head. If you're able to get the final blow, those nanites of course explode and then go to the nearest target. And what tends to cause a lot of enemy clumping right now? It's everyone trying to cram into these rifts. So as you can see on screen, if you get the first kill, even if the second guy is still standing in the rift, still benefiting from that 15% damage bonus, they still get two bursted. They get absolutely annihilated by Outbreak because they're getting the full Nanite debuff. So this is a perfect counter for the Stag through and through. You're able to negate the damage bonus. You're able to get positive damage on target. And then if you can secure the final blows, the Nanite explosions will make all other players near that person who just got very vulnerable to your follow-up fights. and it gets better as you stack outbreaks. If you have 2 outbreak players, that rift is done for. And like, yes, obviously team shotting in general is a great counter for this, but outbreaks get better the more you bring them. So now you're dishing out a lot of pain in very synergistic ways if you bring even just 2 outbreaks to a fight like this. And you're not dependent on being against Arc Warlocks to charge your Risk Runner. So it works out better overall as a stag counter than Risk Runner in my opinion, which is limited only to Arc Soul Rifts. Oh, and I kind of forgot to mention, I don't have the Catalyst for Outbreak. If you have the Catalyst, this is even better. Your Nanite damage gets better faster, so you only get more benefits out of this. You would probably kill stag players even faster out of their rifts than I can, if you happen to have the Catalyst. So yeah, with the stag out and about, it's our job as players until something is changed in the sandbox to find ways to work around it. And the Outbreak is, in my opinion, probably the best option in the game for a primary to deal with stag abuse in the Crucible. And not only that, it's a fun and very underrated primary as well. It has a nice, viable TTK, great range, great feeling. Don't be afraid to try it just because it's a 450 pulse and it's an underrepresented archetype. This weapon is extremely deadly and severely undervalued within the community, to the point that most players aren't even going to bat an eye until you shred them out of their rift with it. So keep that one under your hat, and next time you're getting beaten down by those stag abuse teams in trials, whip out your old pal Outbreak and show them what the nano machines can really do. Also, yeah, this is the part of the video where I pretend it's not 3 AM on a Monday, and I ask you guys to like, subscribe, check my links down below. You can follow me on Twitter for bad sports takes and general arguing, because that's all I do over there. You can follow me on Twitch. Right now, I've been playing through a Pokemon fan game called Rejuvenation for the last couple of nights. It's gotten really wacky. I've been doing all the voices for all the NPCs, so things get a little out of hand, but it's been very fun so far. We're continuing that. So please come over, check it out, come hang out, tell me you just saw the video and you hate my opinion. I don't really care. Anyway, I'm running on gas. It's very late at night, and yeah, damage resistance sucks.